I figured the question would probably come up since I stated it in my Twilight review. I don't have it in me to watch a movie I loathe, detest, and flat out hate called Romeo and Juliet, the 1996 version. So some of you have been asking, Marilyn Delacourt writes, okay, after watching your Twilight review, the question remains, why do you hate Romeo and Juliet? Laughing out loud. Well, I'll tell you. In 1996, Hollywood decided to remake the classic story by William Shakespeare. In true Hollywood fashion, it was extravagant, over the top, and edgy. With loads of respectable actors to take part, it should have been an amazing motion picture, like other Shakespeare remakes. But no. Instead, we got the biggest crock of shit in the movie universe. Which says a lot in my book. It has nothing to do with the actors. They would have been believable had it not been for the rest of it. I mean, how do you take someone seriously dressed like that? How? Wait a second. Tell me that's not fucking Jamie Kennedy. Oh my god, it is! No, I definitely can't take this movie seriously. Not with the guy who starred in this movie. I'm sorry. I know you played Randy in the Scream trilogy, which is now a saga since the fourth one is coming out. Fuck you, Hollywood. Fuck you. But dude, you are not Shakespeare material. And neither are you, John Leguizamo? This guy. More commonly known as the voice of this guy. Again, you're not Shakespeare material. What's even more tragic to me than the plot itself is that this version actually garnished a lot of financial success and positive reviews. However, Roger Ebert disliked the film, giving it 2 stars, saying this production was a very bad idea. I have never seen anything remotely approaching the mess that this new punk version of Romeo and Juliet makes of Shakespeare's tragedy. Ebert also wrote that in one grand but doomed gesture, writer-director Baz Luhrmann has made a film that A, will dismay any lover of Shakespeare, and B, bore anyone lured into the theater by promise of gang wars, MTV style. This is probably one of the few times I have ever agreed with Ebert. Did this director honestly say to himself, let's make an MTV-inspired version of Romeo and Juliet? That'll be amazing! I'm sure we all realize by now that just because a movie grosses $11.1 million in the box office in its opening weekend doesn't mean those poor people that saw it in the theaters actually liked it. I'm pretty sure when Ebert predicted will dismay any lover of Shakespeare, he was probably correct. At least he was with me. But I wasn't just dismayed, I was absolutely offended. Facts and numbers don't quite state my case, though. They help, but they don't give just cause. I hate this movie because I feel like the director violently ass-raped Shakespeare. Yes, it's colorful, but I feel like it gets my emotions across. The moment this idea was thought up and put into effect, Shakespeare cried. The idea being to modernize Shakespeare. Just uttering that sentence makes me die a little inside. Shakespeare's dialogue may not be relevant to the 21st century, but it's classic. It's poetry, and you do not tamper with a genius. That's like saying, I'm sorry, Picasso, but your art makes no sense. Why is the nose there instead of in its natural place? Let us fix this. You don't alter other people's work. It's more of an insult than it is a compliment. Unless, of course, you're parodying it, which somehow is a sign of flattery. Instead of grand mansions, they live in penthouses that bear the names Montague and Capulet on top of them. Were these buildings designed by Donald Trump? What the fuck? Instead of horses, we have cars with horsepower. And instead of swords, we get guns? The balcony scene didn't take place in a fucking pool. It took place on a balcony. That is one of the most memorable Shakespearean scenes, and you fucking brutalized it. I hope you're happy with yourself, Hollywood. I hope you feel all warm and fuzzy, curling up with your only true company at night. Money. Actually, no, that sounds about right. You probably are. The only thing they didn't alter was the dialogue. How can you truly modernize something without modernizing every main key point? By modernizing the look and feel of the beloved tragedy, but not the dialogue, your movie is left feeling out of place with some severe issues of reality. Your movie is very confused. It doesn't know which time period it's in. Everything felt much more comical. This is a tragedy, not a comedy. This whole concept is a tragedy. Of the grit kind, if you ask me. Now, I feel like this review isn't complete without a look at my general reaction to the film, so let's take a look, shall we? Son of a... I can't believe this putrid piece of... This is the worst piece of... I have ever seen. With the monkeys. Dildo in the giant banana. Monkeys' testicles and damn it. Okay. I think I'm okay now.
Romeo and Juliet.
Son of a... I can't believe this putrid piece of... This is the worst piece of... I have ever seen. Those have been my thoughts on the 1996 version of Romeo and Juliet. Please, let us not continue to violate literature this way. Burn all copies of this horse's shit you can find. Tell a friend to do so. Let's not continue to murder Shakespeare slowly. For don't you know, Shakespeare didn't die in 1616. No, he was murdered November 1st of 1996, upon release of this regurgitated excrement. Farewell. I'm going to go murder myself now.